Who cares if Trump is going to waive taxes on tips? At the rate we're going, there aren't going to be even any restaurants.
So within that book, I mean, you have a lot of step-by-step strategies for how to go about this, because it's, you know, there's methodology, right? And there's some subscribed methods for how to try to balance the different buckets relative to getting as tax efficient in retirement as possible. Maybe you could speak to that a little bit, and how even the standard deduction plays a role in those subscribed balances and approaches mathematically.
Yeah, so the first thing I like to do is just try to convince people that taxes in the future are likely to be dramatically higher than they are today. It's not, it used to be a tougher sort of a chore to do that, but I think that lately, given all of the talk about debt, given Doge, given Elon Musk, you know, going into the Oval Office with a chainsaw, I mean, it's on everybody's mind. Everybody is thinking about how the government simply spends too much. Elon Musk has been weighing in on social media day after day after day, saying that we're marching into this unsustainable future. And, you know, the creator of Dilbert, Scott Adams, who actually is apparently dying of cancer, has recently weighed in on his podcast, where he basically said, who cares if Trump is going to waive taxes on tips? He goes, at the rate we're going, there aren't going to be even any restaurants, right? I mean, I'm not quite that apocalyptic, but the point is this: a lot of people are starting to stand up and take notice that we are on a fiscally, a fiscal path that just doesn't add up. And every year that goes by where we fail to sort of right our fiscal ship of state means that the fix on the back end is going to be even more serious, more aggressive, more draconian. And so, So really convincing people that tax rates in the future are likely to be dramatically higher than they are today is really the first step. And then the second step is saying, okay, in a rising tax rate environment, there is actually a mathematically ideal amount of money to have in your IRA or 401k. And I tell people this all the time: you want to have your balance in retirement low enough that your standard deduction is equal to or less than your RMD is low enough. The balance in your IRA or 401k, or the cumulative balances in those accounts, are low enough that your RMD is equal to or less than your standard deduction, but also low enough that it doesn't cause Social Security taxation. Because Social Security taxation, a lot of Americans are going to be caught off guard when they find out that their Social Security can be taxed. And all that has to happen is for you to receive RMDs really from your 401k or IRA in the right amounts for it to have your Social Security get taxed. And so what we want to do is we want to keep the balances in those tax deferred buckets low enough that you don't have taxation. You can have your required minimum distributions offset by your standard deduction and have your Social Security also tax free. And once people recognize that there's an ideal balance in that tax deferred bucket, then the next question becomes, okay, how do we shift money, any surplus balance out of that bucket into the tax-free bucket so that we can be shielded from the impact of higher taxes down the road? Of course, the name of the game there is you want to do that shift slowly enough that you don't rise into a tax bracket that gives you heartburn, but you do it quickly enough that you get all the heavy lifting done before tax rates go up for good. And some quick and easy math here: if you're married, filing jointly, that ideal balance is going to be in the $400,000 range. And if you're single, it's about half that amount. And so really, how are we going to get this money shifted over? One of the biggest workhorses, and I'm sure we're going to get into different types of tax-free investments, but the biggest workhorse is going to be that Roth conversion. We want to stretch that tax obligation out over as many years as possible. And as we'll discuss when we discuss the big, beautiful bill, I believe that Trump is about to extend the Trump tax cuts, which if you count this year, that's going to give you 9 years during which to take advantage of historically low tax rates. And so I think there's a huge opportunity before America, particularly if these Trump tax cuts get extended, to really take advantage of a period of historically low tax rates to get our financial houses in order so that by the time tax rates do rise, sometime down the road, we've done all the heavy lifting and can take all that money out 100% tax-free. If you'd like to develop a strategy that will help you wring the most efficiency out of your retirement savings, head over to davemcknight.com and click on the Connect with an Advisor button. I'm happy to refer you to a financial advisor in my Power Zero network that has been trained, vetted, and qualified personally by me. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them into the comment section below. I'll do my very best to respond to them personally. And don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell so you never miss a video. This is David McKnight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.